Hooty-hoo, 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 hooty-hoo. Come one, come y'all, come one, come y'all. Welcome to your urban horoscope experience at the bakery in Bamboo Plaza, right near the Himalayas. Call me now for your free reading. All right. And what we gonna do is, y'all know we here for what I have for you here at the bakery. Our recipes for life. I can tell you the ingredients, but I can't sell you the sauce. We exchange information because since it got me through, I want to share it with you. And if it got you by, maybe I can give it a try. What we here for today is the 2025 horoscope for Taurus, our Taurus buddies. First thing we gonna do is do everybody's digital fortune cookie. Everybody might be here. These recipes are for nobody in particular, but somebody specific, and I want to make sure everybody leaves with something. So y'all go ahead, get your journals out, get your notebooks out, so that you can get ready to write down your digital fortune cookie for today. Rewind it back a little bit and pause and make sure you get it right. You should have a good collection of these by the end of the year. Start this at the beginning of the year. You get this started around a good January, February, March. Have you a nice little list collection of wise recipes that was specifically for you from the universe by the time the end of next year comes. Woo! Woo. So what you're gonna want to do is get you a notebook and write down your digital fortune cookies, your real fortune cookies. You get recipes around here. You get recipes. Okay? We always want to encourage you to be your beautiful. You know what I'm saying? And stop and smell the roses. Now you got to think fast, but be slow to keep up with some of this shit. All right. And so, what we mean by that is you got to think fast, stay on your pivot, but look around and see if you need to slow down and carve out a new path for yourself. Is that something that you want to do? Think about that. All right. So, we'll do that right now. Now, I'm trying to we getting this. We cranking them out. We cranking them out. Now I told y'all this is our new year rep. This is our year end of the year wrap up. We reading everybody's yearly horoscope instead of the daily like we normally do. And so what we gonna get into on the 14th of every month, we're gonna read everybody's love horoscope. On the 1st and 15th, we're gonna read your career and wealth horoscopes. And then on the first day of the season for each sign, we're gonna read their monthly horoscope for that month. So first day of Capricorn season for that month, we'll read your monthly horoscope, which we didn't get to. We kind of passed the cusp of when your season arrived. But I feel like we can crank that out. We can do a little Soldier Boy, and you'll crank that. You know what I'm saying? We crank that out like Soldier Boy. Maybe after this, I think this might be our last 12 days of New Year's horoscopes for today. But I'll see. We might be able to crank out one or two more plus the Capricorn monthly, or at least the Capricorn monthly and one more yearly. We'll see. Anyway, y'all got y'all notebooks out. Y'all ready for this? We're gonna read everybody's digital fortune cookie. We're gonna read through Taurus's whole yearly horoscope and then come back and translate it. And then we're gonna crack Taurus a real fortune cookie. So let's go. And we're gonna start with Taurus. Since this is a Taurus video, we'll start with Taurus for our digital fortune cookies. Y'all ready for this? Okay, let's go. Boom, Taurus. You believe in the goodness of mankind. Gemini, tell them what you really think. Otherwise, nothing will change. Cancer, judge not according to the appearance. Leo, stop thinking about the road not taking and pave over the one you did. Yeah, I like that. Water your grass, Virgo. You are the master of every situation. You know, your world does revolve around you. People like you think the world revolve around you. Well, mine do. No, I'm just playing. Libra. When you're about to turn your heart into a stone, remember, you do not walk alone. Scorpio. I hear and I forget. I see and I remember. I do and I understand. That's called kinetic learning. You learn by doing it yourself. Who is that? Scorpio, a big fortune will descend upon you. No, that was for Sagittarius. A big fortune will descend upon you this year. Capricorn, you will have good luck and overcome many hardships. Aquarius, instead of worrying and agonizing, move ahead constructively. Pisces, let your imagination wander. Aries, you will be forced to face fear, but if you do not run, fear will be afraid of you. And then let's do another one for Taurus. Since this is a Taurus video, we getting into this Taurus yearly horoscope, shaking up that Taurus energy. Oh, I can tell y'all what. So remember, told y'all I wanted to get something special for each zodiac sign. Now everybody might not have something different. It might be a little bit of repeat, but we'll try to hang it to the. We'll try to mix it up around a little bit in case I don't make it to the store to get some more stuff. They might not be selling New Year's stories at the stuff no more because I done. Now this the one Taurus is this gold. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? So that's what that's gonna be for. Now Taurus, you had a repeat uh fortune cookie. Not a repeat. You getting another digital fortune cookie because this is a Taurus video. You know where you are going and how to get there. You know where you're going and how to get there. Trust yourself that you know what I'm saying? Trust that. Trust that. So let's go ahead and get into these to this yearly roundup. This yearly peak. It's not a roundup because the year ain't started yet. Let's call it a peek into what is down the line according to the universe. What next year has in store for our Taurus buddies, for our Tauri friends. Okay. Who do? The planets align to connect you with your soul family, elevate your spirits, and offer new avenues for self expression in 2025, Taurus. This year promises the arrival of manifestations you've been waiting for and a renaissance of your soul. In 2025, the North Node in Pisces and South Node in Virgo, along with eclipses in these signs, awaken your 11th house of community and 5th house of joy. In this new transformation cycle, you'll be creating meaningful impact with others while exploring the depths of creation. Venus and Mercury retrograde in Aries in your 12th house of endings, alongside an Aries eclipse and Neptune's grand entrance into Aries, makes March a month for important closure. This fiery celestial cocktail stirs your inner realm, and you could feel ready to let go. When Saturn enters Aries in May, you're being called to take rejuvenation and healing seriously. In June, Jupiter blows a goodbye kiss to Gemini and your second house of money and makes a grand entrance into Cancer, activating your third house of communication. Expect popularity and new connections. Jupiter, planet of expansion, blesses you with the ability to express yourself powerfully, making it the perfect year to launch a podcast, write, learn, or teach. The most significant cosmic event for you in 2025 is Uranus continuing its journey through your sign until July, bringing unexpected shakeups to your life. Embrace change, however uncomfortable it may be, as it's the catalyst for your evolution. When Uranus enters Gemini in your second house of money, explore new income avenues that align with your core values. Hint: Gemini rules communication. Remember that any changes you face are guiding you toward stability and satisfaction. Okay, those changes are going to lead you to contentment. They're going to make you content. Taurus. And Taurus is a stable, stubborn sign. They're not too big on change, but you're gonna need this if you want to be content, stable, satisfied, all those things that you actually are big on. Boom. Taurus, your 2025 horoscope for the year. What does it mean, this stuff that they said? What does it mean? Let's see how my signal is coming through, how strong my signal is coming through, if I'm going to be able to translate this. Let me see. So new avenues for self-expression for yourself, Taurus. That's good. That's important. Now, what's happening is everything is aligning for you to connect with your soul family. All right. So for whatever reason, things ain't been lined up for that connection to happen. But this year it is. That elevates your spirits. That raises your spirits. It gives you a sense of belonging. It gives you a sense of importance. It makes you feel visible. It makes you feel seen. I mean, if you just walk on the planet and nobody cares that you're here, but your soul family is going to connect with you. You being aligned for that, and then also being aligned to offer new avenues for self-expression. All right. Now, things that this promises that what you've been manifesting is going to arrive. You've been waiting on this. You've been patient about this, and it's going to be manifested. It's going to come to fruition. The promises that the universe and that God has for you, and that the ancestors have for you, and also in the renaissance of your soul. I mean, it's like you borderline transformed into a whole new culture. You know what I'm saying? It's like you ain't even speaking the same language no more. You're not even dressing the same anymore. You done become a new country. You don't even stand for what you used to stand for. Okay, well, some things don't change. Now you don't change what ain't broken. You never been about no bullshit, so you still standing on what you've been standing, because Taurus ain't that type of shaky, kind of shifty kind of sign. But that's what's going on for you. You are going to have a renaissance of the soul. See, and that's important. So, yo. Let's continue with this. House of community and joy is going to be awakened. All right. So, like it said, it talked about your soul family. So that house of community is being awakened. You're being connected to people that feel good to your soul. They feel like chicken soup in your soul. They feel like family. And they say blood is thicker than water, but the actual saying is the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. If your soul picked them people, that's a covenant. You know what I'm saying? And it's thicker than if you was in the same womb water with your twin. You know what I'm saying? And in the house of joy, it's going to bring you a certain amount of joy for your soul to feel connected to other things besides just the earth, for your soul to feel connected to other souls. It feels good. It's fulfilling for you. It brings a sense of joy. It's a trend. Now let's go on. It's a transformative cycle that you're gonna be During this, you're gonna be creating meaningful impact with others. You transforming yourself, but you having a impact on other people. Like, and it's meaningful. Like these recipes, when you eat this shit and it fills you up, that means something. That gives you the energy to get to where you need to go next in your life because you got filled up by these recipes. You know what I'm saying? And so, while exploring the depths of creation. So all this is intertwined. It's like you creating something while you're transforming, and it has meaningful impact for others. And you digging deep. You kind of want to dive deep into what can we touch on using this channel of expression. Like whatever you creating is a channel of expression. Like if you're creating a piece of a painting, that's a way that you're expressing yourself. Like how you change channels on the TV and different messages come through. That's a different channel. A sculpture, that's a way that you expressing yourself. Um, it's saying depths of creation. So I wouldn't really say get into hobbies being a way that you express yourself unless you creating something, in that we talked about creating something from memories or from a phase in your life that you're going through. Make something physical that you can set on fire and get rid of because you didn't like that phase, or that you can hang and display and be proud of because you really enjoyed that moment in your life. You know what I'm saying? It's you exploring how deep you can get with the creation and its impact on other people meaningfully. There was a key word that they said it's having a meaningful impact on other people. It's not just time passing by. It's not just entertaining and it's funny. You know what I'm saying? It is really giving them to dig into they self, search deep and dive deep into they self and think and reach new versions of their own self. You know what I'm saying? And so you have an impact on the people. Taurus, that's a beautiful thing for this year that it's saying. Because you don't stand for no bullshit. So it's good. It's when Taurus leads, Taurus has a righteous, justified, sovereign nature where they don't like too much hee and ha going on. And so it's good that you're the one creating the impact, and that's why it's meaningful because of the type of person that you are, your morals, your ethics, and your philosophies, and what you believe. Okay, let's go on. Let's go on. The house of endings. So some shit is in March is an important month for closure. So this is something you gotta wrap up, tie it up, and close it up don't let it exist anymore. Okay, so it's a fiery celestial cocktail. It's stirring up your inner realms, and you feel ready to let go. You feel ready to reach different parts of yourself, whatever part of yourself that you need to touch in order in order to let that go. That's how bad you want to let it go, and you willing to do that. You ready to do that. Let's say you ready to, because you want to let it go so bad. So you need to, so come about May, you need to take healing seriously. You need to take rejuvenation seriously, whatever that means for you. These messages are for nobody in particular, but somebody specific. And so, how you take rejuvenation and healing seriously? Being intentional about things. And I feel like that's more of a to-do list than a to-be list. I feel like rejuvenation, like at this phase in your life, you already kind of decided, you already know how to respond as opposed to react to stuff. You coming around to the concept and understanding that things is everything that happens is only 10% what happened and 90% how you actually respond to it. So, being based in reality, trying to move gracefully, even when things ain't the way you want them to be. And just being reality based, for seeing things for what they are instead of for what you want them to be. And so you need to start taking this. You working on that phase, and that's not going anywhere. You got the behavior and the habit patterns that's coming in pretty strong for you. That's setting in pretty strong for you. And so I feel like the next phase for your rejuvenation and healing is like to physically be somewhere different, to physically be experiencing something different, that you go somewhere that you don't normally go, do something that you don't normally do. That's where the rejuvenation that you need is gonna come from. That's where the healing that you need is gonna come from. And you gotta take that serious when you think about it, when you consider maybe I should do something different today. Nah, I feel like doing something different today. Yeah, be serious about it. It's going to make you feel something different when you do something different and see things another way. Something might click, and you might finally put the pieces in a puzzle together because you went and sat somewhere and absorbed some different energy or observed some different activities or whatever. So that's how you're going to take your rejuvenation and your healing seriously, Taurus. Um, Both a kiss to Gemini, your second house of money. So in June, we was in your house of money. That's a beautiful thing. And it's a grand entrance, activating your the house of communication. Okay, so what it's saying is you're gonna be popular, you're gonna be having new connections, you're gonna be hobnobbing in the because when you running hooch from Mississippi, moonshine to New York, you got to have capital connections. And what it's saying right here is that you're gonna have capital connections, you're gonna get that. Um Taurus popularity and new connections. Now Jupiter, that's the planet of expansion. That came up on one of these previous zodiacs. That Jupiter expands fast, or is a catalyst for expansion, or something like that. A little bit of yeast, a little bit of yeast. So you're gonna grow quicker than expected. It's gonna kind of you like you blew up overnight. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna be able to powerfully express yourself. Your signal is coming through strong. 5 bars, 5 bars. You know what I'm saying? And so it's the perfect year to launch a podcast, write, learn, or teach. So if you got your podcast going, it's a good year to go ahead and launch it. You know what I'm saying? Put it out there for people to see and see who gravitates towards you and what kind of great favorable impact that can have on your life. That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. I love to hear it. I love to see it. So Taurus, that's what it's telling you. Your communication house is coming through strong. Your ability to communicate is very potent. Yeah, it's meaningful, and it's an impact it's a piece of the world out there that needs it. It's a piece of the world that'll really appreciate it so much that other people will notice. You know how it's people, they're not popular in general, but if you know about this, you know that's the main person to go to for it. You know what I'm saying? So you got to come here for the recipes. I got the recipes. You know what I'm saying? Water is life. Energy is the new currency. Time is money. So that's why I'm up here spending my time doing the YouTube in the hopes that it can translate into some money. Yeah, we can talk about that another time. I ain't gonna get you into my woes, how I started from the bottom. But and we gonna get there. We gonna get there. But yeah, your message is clear and potent, and it's the perfect time. It's the great time for what you need to do. Is launch that podcast, or write, or learn, or teach, because you have you're gonna make a meaningful impact. All right. Now, let's move on. So this is unexpected shakeups in your life. Embrace change, even if it might be uncomfortable. That's the catalyst for your evolution. You're working on this evolution. You really want to have it. The way you're going to sprinkle some yeast on that evolution and make it really grow is to embrace change. Know that there's some unexpected shakeups that could possibly come, but it is for your evolution. You know, it might not be the best way that you wouldn't have chose for it to go that way, but your stubborn ass and Taurus can be a little lazy too. You wasn't gonna ever choose for it to change. You were just gonna deal with it. Cause shit really don't be bothering you like that. You understand how things is always gonna be how they're supposed to be, and you do your best to play your role in that situation. But this time, this ain't that. Okay, it's gonna be uncomfortable, but you got to embrace this change. When you grew out of them jeans, it was uncomfortable, but you grew. You grew. And that's what you want to do, right? I mean, you don't want to stay stagnant. You want to grow. And as much as Taurus likes to feel justified in everything they do and say, as stubborn as they are, you not gonna you gotta grow to be right. You gotta grow to be justified. That's the only way. I don't know why I said Gemini rules communication, but maybe you can get a little. Maybe it's something that you can get from specifically from a Gemini that you know, or maybe you could try to lean into your Gemini energy to help you with how you communicate with people and with your environment, right? And with the world and with the energies that's going to have to come around you. It's going to be important for you to communicate, to know how to communicate with those different energies. So you can probably lean into your Gemini, you know, influence for that. You know, Gemini is the happy face and the sad face, and you know, the you know how you know. So maybe you gotta dip into that other side of you where you don't mind. You gotta make sure you don't mind being the villain in people's story. You can't make everybody happy. You can't be a people pleaser. You know, and but it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So it said you enter your house of money, explore new income avenues that align with your core values. So you could take something that's important to you, that means a lot to you, and you can make some money off of that. But it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So that's why if you find a way to communicate it properly, if you lean into your Gemini energy, because it said Gemini rules communication. So you lean into that energy and find a way to communicate that shit properly, your core values, it can lead to some income for your ass. All right. And then finally, yeah, remember any changes you face are guiding you toward stability and satisfaction. It might not be what you want to hear. It might not be what you wouldn't have chose for it to go that way, but it already happened. So do your best to make it something positive come out of it. Don't just let it be that it all went down and you couldn't even create no motion in the time being. You know what I'm saying? And so let's go ahead and get ready to crack the real fortune cookie. We did that. We uh-uh. I think I was squeezing it too hard. You don't want to squeeze it too tight. You got to and then the thing is, look, it get a little risque over here in the at this bakery in Bamboo Plaza. This ain't the edibles rack, but I'm gonna tell you this. You don't want to squeeze it too tight. Um, it's kind of like it's really more of a tease if you kind of let it float in your mouth. You know what I'm saying? It's more of like a tease if you don't put too much pressure, too much energy on it. It really stimulates. It almost kind of like tickles some part of you that you don't really recognize because you're used to the pressure of it being squeezed. But since I let up a little bit, but I am still making contact, still stimulating the area, it throws your mind and your body off a little bit, and it increases the pleasure because it's like, hold on, the pressure is not there. It's not squeezing as tight as it could be, but I'm still being stimulated in some kind of way, even though I don't all the way. I might not be all the way physically feeling it. My spirit and just appreciates the fact that the approach. You know what I'm saying? Um, and so it's giving me a nice good reaction. It works like that sometimes. Mm, so yeah. It's like your spirit is you know how they took a picture of a spirit, it's light and airy, right? That's how spirits are always visual. So when you give it that light pressure instead of that real, it ain't gotta be tight, it ain't gotta be necessarily okay, boom, but just that light pressure, it's kind of airy, and it's like your spirit appreciates that shit. And so you have a reaction you not even know where it came from, because it's like, dang, she ain't sucking it as hard as she was, but it's floating around in your mouth, but you not realizing where this reaction is coming from that you getting, because you know physically you can't feel that you can feel that it's not being sucked as hard as it was, but your body can still feel that light stimulation. Now why do we talk about that long? Let's do this fortune cookie. We cracked the real fortune cookie for our Taurus for the year. So let's get into it. A kiss, the renunciation of the heart when one is no longer alone. Your learned Chinese word is cook. Zhuo Kai. Your lucky numbers are 10, 26, 15, 16, 38, and 36. And so let's get back. What did it say again? Your fortune for the year is Taurus. A kiss, it says a question mark. A kiss, question mark, the renunciation of the heart when one is no longer alone. Okay. What was your theme? I feel like the theme for Taurus for 2025 was something somewhere along the lines of did I was somewhere along the lines of communication is key. If that your communication style is going to take you places this year. That's the thing that it was picking up for Taurus. It's going to take you to having new connections, stronger bonds with people, income, popularity, making impacts on people. It's taking you there, however you're choosing to communicate, whether that be a podcast, to write, even if you learning something, it's for the greater good of people around you, or teaching or whatever. And so I don't know what renunciation means. The formal rejection of something, typically belief, claim, or course. Okay, so you gonna get like confirmation that you can go ahead and drop whatever this is that the that you've been hanging on to. It's something that you've been hanging on to. But the only way to, like, you know how they say the only way to get over somebody is to get under somebody else. Like, you're gonna have to physically, once you physically experience this shit, it's no other way around it. You can't keep lying to yourself. Like, that's the renunciation of the heart when one is no longer alone. You can't possibly feel alone if somebody kissing you. So, don't let your heart, don't let your mind break your heart. Don't get to overthinking stuff and not appreciating what's being offered to you. What's if you know what I'm saying? What's being presented to you. The renunciation of the heart when one is no longer alone. A kiss. And what did it? Oh, to go along with the theme of the year. By the time you manifest and really physically bring to fruition, however you about to express yourself, this podcast or the book that you're gonna write, or however you choose to do it, um, the renunciation is making me feel like once you actually do it, it's no going back. Just like with a kiss. Like once you kiss somebody, your mind can't possibly still be telling you that you're alone. Like even if you want to feel alone in your head, you're not physically alone if you kissing somebody else. Like, come on now. You need to be stronger and get get past and learn to accept how things go and what your role is in the way things go. You know, you might get your heart broke somewhere a little bit along the way. And you got to feel like that you're strong enough to get past that. Or maybe you at least know what to do or where to go if you don't feel strong when you start feeling like you're not strong enough. But you can't keep resisting these kisses. You can't keep avoiding these kisses. You know what I'm saying? You can't keep avoiding what you need to do and bring to fruition. You can't avoid writing that book. You can't keep avoiding that podcast, because um the only way for you to fully see that, to get over the hump of whatever is holding you back, but whatever it is, maybe it could be fear. Maybe you feel like it is not stable enough for you to put so much energy and time into it. Whatever is inhibiting you is absolutely good. You gotta prove to yourself that that's absolutely impossible for that to be the reason that you're not successful. You know what I'm saying? It's impossible for you to fail, because you making that shit happen. You did that shit. You wrote the book and it's right here in your hand. How the fuck somebody gonna tell you can't write a book? You making the podcast, you know what I'm saying, you got your platform. Every day you created content for your platform. So can't nobody tell you that you can't make a platform or have a platform. The fuck, you already did it. You know what I'm saying? And even yourself, don't let yourself tell you can't do it. Don't convince yourself that it's not. You already doing it. You already did it. And what you know, something that Christians say is thank God for something before it already happened. Thank God that this happened. Already start thanking God and praising Him as if it has already occurred. All right, let's go ahead and wrap this up. I'm gonna roll up and go. We gonna clear our mind a little bit. And then we gonna come back and do a couple more videos. It was supposed to be 12 days, a video each day for these past 12 days. I fell off a little bit for a few different reasons. Oh, I told y'all I had me some friends for a couple of days, and I was enjoying spending time with them, because I don't have I'm only related to 4 people. The 4 people that I pushed out of my coochie, my boy, my bear, my okay. Can you close the door and I'm come out? Okay. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Yeah, I'll just leave the next person. Okay, thank you. She all in my video and shit. What if I didn't want y'all to hear that? Hell, I reserved this room for me. Hell. Until again we meet, keep it sweet. We're gonna come back with a few more videos, wrap this thing on, wrap this year up, and get back to the content in the order that I want to put the content in. But this is the content. I want to do this content too. I fuck with this. Oh, is this what? Is this what I knew I was, because I was trying to figure out how I could add a theme song. Let me hurry up and go. And I had forgot how to do it, but I think all right. Until again we meet, keep it sweet. I'm gonna put that little theme song on here for us. We'll be back in a little while. Who next? Gemini. We'll be back with Gemini 2025. Who the who? We'll be back. Until again we meet, keep it sweet.